So here's a worksheet or activity that gets us thinking about some arc length issues. So just a fairly simple one, just a constant horizontal line. What's the arc length of that going to be? You could probably do it without an integral, but then you could also write the integral and make sure you get the right answer, right? How about in a slanted 45-degree line? You could probably figure out the arc length of that without needing calculus, and then you could go back and do it with calculus and check. And then what about a slanted line with some other slope? Well, here's the question. If I'm multiplying the function from here by a constant, will I get an arc length that is that constant times the arc length I got up here? Can I just kind of pull the m out of the arc length computation? See if you can reason about that before trying it with calculus, and then also try it with calculus and see what happens. And then here's a bunch that are fairly straightforward to set up, at least, or at least they start straightforward to set up, but it turns out actually doing the integrals gets really nasty and in some cases impossible. That's why I'm asking, is it solvable? So you could kind of try, but don't spend too long trying. So arc length of a parabola seems like it would be kind of an important thing to compute sometimes. Arc length of a cubic, I don't know. We just played with hyperbolic cosines in another video. Here we can kind of change the steepness of them by adjusting the d. How about arc length of sine? That seems like it might be important. Is that actually solvable? Arc length of a part of a circle, that seems like it might be pretty important. You would hope we could solve that. And then arc length of an ellipse seems like we should be able to solve it, but that one's actually famously unsolvable. Some of these others are unsolvable too. It's interesting to see problems that this actually leads to all kinds of other interesting math, but it's not solvable in Calc 2 or even Calc 3 or Calc Infinity. It's just plain not solvable. So this file, this worksheet activity thing is in the big file of all the homeworks. I'm not collecting it, but it's a nice way to kind of think systematically about some of these arc length things.